Another thing I wanted to get into was, have you looked into the Mandela Effect?
Yeah, man. The Berenstain Bears.
Yeah.
I remember it. The Berenstain Bears.
What?
Stain. No, I remember
Berenstein.
it the way everyone. No, I remember it the way normal people do.
Yeah, Berenstein.
Steen, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then Jif or Jiffy.
Jif.
Yeah, I think it started as Jif and then it became Jiffy.
There was a Jiffy though.
Yeah.
There was Jif and Jiffy, I believe, right? Oh wait, that doesn't make sense, does it?
No.
I remember
But,
both.
but they say that like when you even with the colors, like the chevron colors apparently switched, and people were speculating that this was like a sign that we had kind of switched timelines. We like went down a different timeline.
It's a weirder one for sure. I mean,
What-
I don't know, dude. I don't know how much. I mean, even in normal life, even around normal square people, it is bizarre the way I've seen things change in the last 10 years. It last
How so?
5 years. Well, it's like all social structure is sort of just barely hanging on. No one sort of knows who's really in charge. Everybody's sort of doubting who's in charge. Everybody's sort of thinking there's going to be this other shoe to drop and they just need to prepare for disaster. There's sort of not a whole lot of long-term planning at any level. It's just sort of just keep the lights on, just get to Friday. Or usually for most people now, it's like they tune out Thursday and they just sort of walk around like drones on Friday if they're there at all.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
talking
it's
about my work. I love my work. But regular workplaces, we all know what it's like.
yeah.
So, I mean, it's just not. People also are sort of a little more antisocial and a little bit less friendly, I think, in the last like
Before,
5 years.
so you're saying they got more friendly or less friendly?
Less friendly.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
what do you think?
Yeah, it looks like everything's just going downhill. I mean, you can't you can't say any. You used to be able to go to a bar, sit down next to somebody, and you could have a conversation about stuff, and it wouldn't lead to a fight. Someone had their opinion, if someone had a differing opinion, like you could be like, okay. I mean, like obviously bar fights happen, but now, you can't even like a different, sports team. Like I said, I remember when I was working the bar years ago, these two women came in separately and sat, sitting next to each other, and they were talking, having a grand old time, and then like the game came on, and they were for opposite teams, and suddenly they hated each other.
That's some shit I'll never understand.
Yeah. And so you just see how, I mean, they're dividing people on every level. I mean, dividing the sexes, dividing the classes, dividing the races,
Yeah. I mean, you try to fight back against it, and you feel like people want to fight back against it, but it's just, I don't know. I mean, that's maybe I have a limited experience, but I feel like I see people under greater stress than I did years ago, even though things are better or whatever. Even considering 2008 and all that.
Yeah, no, I feel like the hammer's coming down.